Hello children, today I am going to start chapter 1 from class 6 NCERT, and the name of the lesson is food. Where does it come from? कहाँ से आता है food? Now, अब food की बात हो रही है तो naturally we should know कि what is the importance of food, है ना? Because we are talking about this only. So why do we need food, what it is, what does it provide to us, or what does it provide to other living organisms even. Okay, so let's see what a food is. So children, if you want to run a bike, or if you want to run your car, okay, you have to fill its tank with a fuel. Okay, you have to add a fuel to it. If there will be no fuel, your bike will not run. Okay, in the same way, in the same way, if you want your body to work for you, if you want your body to have energy to do all your work, your body needs a fuel. Okay, so what a food is? Food, you can say, food is, it is a fuel of our body. Okay, as petrol and diesel, vehicle needs petrol and diesel, in the same way our body needs, okay, food as a fuel to run, because to do any work we need energy, and food is that fuel which provides energy to our body. So it is a fuel of our body, and it provides us energy to do work, to do all our work. Okay, every work needs energy. Means even when you are sleeping, your internal organs are performing their work. So for that work also it needs energy. And when we physically do some work, that time we need too much of energy. Okay, so it is a fuel of our body and it provides us energy to do work. Now, you can say our body needs many nutrients, and all that nutrients is provided by food. So you can write that it provides vital, that is important nutrients to our body, right? So it provides all nutrients, all important nutrients. Okay, nutrients to our body. Okay, it provides all nutrients to our body. At the same time, why do we need nutrients? Because for example, a small sapling that comes out from a seed after germinating, okay, if you soak the seeds in water and keep it in a soil, means, and add water to it, after some time you'll see it germinate and a small sapling will come out of it. Okay, that sapling, if you regularly provide water, sunlight, and some, means manure to the soil, na, the roots of plant gets nutrients from the soil only. So you have to enrich the soil, and we enrich the soil by adding manure and fertilizers. Okay, so means from soil it will take the nutrient, and you will see that it keeps on growing day by day. It will grow up, you know? It will grow up from this to this to this, and then, results into a big plant then. Okay, so every living being, this is the story of every living being, that from they keep on growing, and to for the growth of their body, what is essential? It is the food, because it provides all the nutrients which is required for growth. Okay, like it provides fats and carbohydrates, that provides it's a rich source of energy. And the same way, proteins, they are very important for growth and development of a body. So proteins are very important if you want to repair your body, if you want to grow, so you require good amount of proteins. Okay, at the same time, vitamins and minerals are also provided by food, and they protect your body from diseases. Okay, yes, deficiency diseases, they protect us. Now, at the same time, I just told you that the food also repairs the damaged cells. Somehow, if any cell get damaged due to some injury or maybe due to some disease, it gets affected. Then if means it takes a time, but the good food, a balanced food with all the nutrients will help that damaged tissue or cell to recover itself. Okay, so it also repairs, help in repairing. Okay, it also repairs the damaged cells or tissues. Okay, the smallest living part of our body is a cell only. Then many cells which are having same function together forms a tissue. The cells and tissues later forms an organ. So we are having many organs in our body, and all these organs which are having their own specific functions, are made up of tissues, and tissues made up of cells. So the smallest living part of our body is a cell. Okay, so it also repairs the damaged cells. So in all, you can say that food is a fuel of our body. It provides energy to do work. It provides all the nutrients, basic nutrients that we need for our growth. It also repairs the damaged cells. That's enough. Okay, so it is that. So in short, you can say it is that fuel. It's a fuel of our body which helps us to grow, repair damages, okay, and protects us from all diseases. Okay, it protects us from, you can write, it protects us from diseases also at the same time, right? Okay, so this is a food. Now, from where does it comes from? That's the name of the lesson. From where does it comes from? Whatever food we are taking, you can just recall it from morning to evening, what you are taking in your breakfast and then lunch and then snacks, whenever in between when you are taking, or at dinner time what you are taking. So you'll come to know that whatever things you are taking is either from animal or it's from a plant. Means the sources, the two main sources of food on this earth is plants and animal. We either take plant products or we are taking an animal product. So the two main sources of food. Okay, I'm just rubbing it. Where does it come from? It means what are the main source of food? What are the main sources of food? Okay, what are the main sources of food? क्या सोर्स है जो भी हम खाना खा रहे हैं वो हमें कहाँ से मिलता है? ओके, so you'll say many things we get from means plant, like fruits we are taking and vegetables we are taking, right? Green leafy vegetables you are taking, oil we are taking somehow, है ना? तो ये सब कहाँ से मिल रहा है? And many spices we are taking. All these are products of plant. And then milk, very important for our body. Every child has to drink milk. Okay, so milk you are taking, then ghee and butter you are taking, and then eggs, some people are taking, consuming eggs also, fish also, meat also, cheese you are taking. Okay, all these are animal products. It means whatever food we take from morning to evening, okay, we get from either plant or animal. So the two main sources of food are animals and plants. These are the main sources of food. To many it's only the plant. Yes. Now we can take some examples also. Name some products that you get from animals and some products that you get from plants. Okay, so let's see. Animal products, you can say it's milk. Milk you can say. Okay, Then you can even say curd. It's byproduct of milk only. Then cheese you can say, right? Then egg you can say, okay? Then meat you can say. Fish some people are eating, okay? Chicken you can say. Many products are there that you get from animals. Now, some of this from products that we get from plants. So the important one, and most of the children love to eat this, right? And it's a fruit, okay? Yes. Then after fruits, many children not like this, and that is vegetables, okay? But you know children, vegetables are equally important. They are a rich source of many nutrients. So we should eat, and we people usually say consume more of green vegetables, okay? So green vegetables, they are very important. Then what else you can take? Oil, that you need to cook any food, okay? Even if you are making your some pastas and whatever, so that also, snacks even, chips even, you need oil. So oil is also a plant product, okay? What else? All spices, you know, all spices that makes our food delicious, okay? So they are all spices. Can you then later we'll study like elaichi you are taking, long you are taking, then jeera you are taking, many are there, okay? So spices also, and you can write many more. You can add many more. At least you should know 4-5 products that you get from animals and plants. Okay. Now the next is, there are some words. So that came in your book, and I must clear those words. Okay. So what are the two main sources of food? It is animals and plants. All the food that we take, you know, is either a plant product or a animal product. Okay, and you should know some examples of this. Okay, now there are some words which I must clear that came in your textbook, and that is edible. When we say edible, what's the meaning of edible? The opposite of this is non-edible. Okay, edible means the that thing which we can eat, okay? Eatables you can say, the thing that we can consume, which is not harmful to us. Like if I ask, can you eat stone? No, of course no, we cannot, okay? So that is not an edible one. But if I say, can you eat fruits? Yes, we can eat fruits, okay? Bread you can eat, chapatis you can eat, vegetables you can eat. So the things that is eatable ones, they are called as edible, okay? So that we can eat, okay? It's that we can eat. जो हम खा सकते हैं, that is an edible one. जो हम नहीं खा सकते हैं, that is a non-edible one. That is a non-edible one. Okay? Okay. Then another word that came in your book is okay. Now if I'll ask, we'll start from plants. Okay? Plants are living beings. Plants and animals, both are living beings. Okay? And what's the major difference? Plants, they cannot move like an animal. Okay, you see animals moving from one place to another, but you never see plants moving. Okay, if you see a mango tree standing in your lawn, the next day also it will be there only. So plants do not move, animals move. But the main difference between plants and animals, you can say that plants do not depend, they do not move, but they do not depend on others for their food. They themselves make their food. Okay, so plants make their food themselves, and the process by which they make is photosynthesis. Okay, okay, let's see. So plants they make their own food. Plants, they synthesize there. Synthesize means synthetese. Synthesize means they make, they prepare, they make, synthesize their food themselves. Their food themselves. Okay. Now by which process? It is by photo, and that process is called as photosynthesis. Okay, photosynthesis. See, just I told you, said synthesis means to prepare, synthesis means to make. What does a photo mean? Photo means light. Photo means light. Okay, and synthesis means to make. So what's the meaning of this? It means plants make their food in presence of light. It means light is necessary for the process of making food by plants. Which light? It's the sun's light, which is the abundant source of light on earth. It's sun. You can provide artificial light even, but when we are having a natural source of light, and all plants are in open area, every day they are receiving sunlight, so there is no means shortage of light to them, right? So the process, how will you define photosynthesis then? It's a process by which green plants make their food in presence of sunlight. Besides sunlight, it needs other things also, but means if you see the name, it's clear that they need, it is essential, light is essential for them to make food. So name the process by which green plants make their food. It's photosynthesis. Or define photosynthesis. It's a process by which green plants make their food in presence of sunlight. Okay, and animals, they do not have any process to make food. We do not make food, we cook food. Which food? The food that we get from plant or from animal. We are dependent on others. We use either the plant product or the animal product, and we just cook it. Why to cook it? So that it would be easy, it becomes easily digestible one. Okay, there are some foods, if you eat raw, अगर आप कच्चा खा लेते हो उन्हें, तो आप पचा नहीं पाते हो. और कुछ तो ऐसी चीज़ें होती हैं जो आप इजीली डाइजेस्ट कर सकते हो. लाइक फ्रूट्स हम पका के थोड़ी ना खाते हैं, पका के भी खाते हैं लोग, कई तरह से खाते हैं, बट यू कैन ईट इट रॉ इवन, आप उसे कच्चा भी खा सकते हो. ठीक है, तो ये प्लांट्स के बारे में हो गया कि प्लांट्स जो है वो अपना खाना खुद बनाते हैं बाय द प्रोसेस ऑफ फोटोसिंथेसिस. ओके, नाउ इसके बाद में अब हम देखते हैं कि ये प्लांट्स में ऐसा क्या है कि वो अपना खाना जो है वो खुद बना लेता है. तो अगर हम प्लांट्स के सेल्स देखते हैं, अगर आप देखो प्लांट्स में कहीं ना कहीं ग्रीन कलर जरूर होता है, एंड मोस्टली लीव्स आर ग्रीन इन कलर. एंड इन सैपलिंग्स तो सीधे सीड से आते हैं. इन सैपलिंग्स, the new plant that comes out from seeds, they are called as saplings. If you see the saplings, you find it that there's whole sapling is green in color, whole sapling, and as it keep on growing and goes on increasing its size, later only the leaves, you find leaves to be green only, and rest of the parts they get their own color like brown or something else, right? So in young plants, the whole plant is green. Why? Because that is in its growing time. वो उसे अभी बहुत ग्रो करना है, और जब उसको ग्रो करना होता है, it needs too much of energy, and for too much of energy it needs too much of food. It means green color is something that helps to make food, isn't it? मैंने कहा अगर उसे खाना ज़्यादा बनाना है तो उसको ज़्यादा ग्रीन, ज़्यादा छोटा है, पूरा ग्रीन है, क्योंकि उसे खाना ज़्यादा बनाना है. इसका मतलब खाना बनाना और ग्रीन कलर का कुछ ना कुछ तो रिलेशनशिप है. यस, प्लांट गेट्स ग्रीन कलर बिकॉज ऑफ क्लोरोफिल, राइट? इट्स हैविंग अ पिगमेंट कॉल्ड क्लोरोफिल. सो वी गेट अ न्यू वर्ड, एंड दैट इज अ ग्रीन पिगमेंट. इट्स अ ग्रीन कलर का pigment present in green parts of a leaf, ना, means green pigment present in leaves. जो leaves में green pigment होता है, that is what? That is CHLORO, chloro, P CHYLL. Chlorophyll. Learn the spelling. Okay. CHLORO. Chloro. PHYLL. What is chlorophyll? It's a green pigment present in the leaves or green parts of a plant. That is and this is very important. Now, see, synthesis means making of food. I told you light is also essential for plants, for making food, by the plants. And chlorophyll again, a green pigment. It requires green pigment also to make its food. So, this also helps. And so, what is chlorophyll? It's a green pigment. Name a green pigment present in leaf. It's a chlorophyll. Okay. So, second thing that it requires, अभी तक के हमने दो चीजें हम पढ़ ली requirement में, right? That light is very important for plants to make its food, and then second is chlorophyll. It needs to make its food. At the same time, it needs water also to make its food, and CO2 also it needs. So what are the so the next thing that it needs is the third one it needs, and the fourth one it needs to make food is light, chlorophyll, and water, and CO2. Okay, so end by this only. Let's see, this is a plant, okay, and here, and then here it's having a root. Okay, it's having a root deep inside the earth to bring water and nutrients along with it, nutrients also. Okay, so water rises from here, yahan se, and let's see कि यहाँ पे it's having one branch. Okay, it's having a branch, and in that branch it's having a leaf. Okay, it's a leaf. Leaf is green in color. That makes food for the plant. What it's having? It's having a green pigment called chlorophyll. It's having a green pigment in it here called chlorophyll. Okay. CHLORO, chlorophyll. It's having, that provides it a green color. Okay. Next, sunlight. It needs sunlight also. So sunlight, it's a sun, and it's getting light. Okay, it's getting light. So sunlight from here it is getting. Then water. It absorbs water. The roots of the plant absorbs water. So from here water is reaching. Okay, ये देखो water is reaching. So यहाँ पे इसके पास आ गया water even. And now it needs CO2. From where CO2 will come? So what's the source of CO2? In air we are having CO2. Air में हमारे पास बहुत CO2 है. Okay. So through the pores of leaves में छोटे छोटे pores होते हैं, stomatas. Okay. So stomata say it's taking what? From air. From air it is taking CO2. Okay. So four things it needs. यहाँ से इसको मिल गया sunlight. यहाँ से इसको मिल गया sunlight. तो देखो क्या क्या चीजें मिल गई इसको. Let's see. It's getting water, right? It's getting CO2, right? It's having chlorophyll, and it is getting sunlight from sun. ठीक है? It's getting sunlight. यहाँ से इसको क्या मिल रहा है? It's getting sunlight. So these are the four requirements needed by a plant to make its food, and this process is called as photosynthesis. Okay, so many questions. What is photosynthesis? What are the things a plant need to make its food? By which process it makes food? Okay, name the green pigment present in leaf. From where does it get water? From where does it get air? And from how it takes in air? How it takes in air? It takes in air by the small pores present in leaf, that is called as stomata. M-A-T-A. What are stomata? These are small pores. These are small pores present on the surface of leaves. Okay, they are present in both the surface. Okay, if the means in land plants, they are more on our upper surface. In our water plants, they are more on both the surfaces. Okay, and in means if you go to desert, it's very dry condition if you go, and if you see there, you will find some trees there, you know, which are having many spines over it, right? And the leaves there will either be very small, and if it be would be there, the stomata is present in that would be sunken, deeply sunken, अंदर धसे हुए होंगे, जिससे कि वो कम से कम पानी लॉस करें. वहाँ तो वैसे ही पानी की कमी है, कितनी दूर दूर से वो पानी लेके आ रहे हैं, और वो अगर लॉस कर देंगे तो प्लांट का फायदा क्या हुआ. सो दे डू नॉट नीड टू मच ऑफ स्टोमेटाज, है ना. They need stomatas only to exchange air. So it's having two functions. It means it's having two functions. What's the function of a stomata? Function of stomata is helps in exchange of gas. Helps in, ठीक है? It helps in first. It helps in exchange of gas. Which gas? O2 and CO2. That's the function of stomata. We are studying the function of stomata. And second, helps in loss of excess water. Helps in loss of excess water. अगर वाटर बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाता है तो वो भी इन्हीं पोर्स के थ्रू कम्स आउट. Okay, so two functions of stomata is it helps in exchange of gas, that is O2 and CO2, and it helps in loss of excess water. Okay, and now tomorrow we will continue the next topic. Until then, have a reading of a book and have a revision and make your notes. Bye.